Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, though. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On it. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On it. I'm welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. I'm 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 Who You With Kirk, dog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, dog. I'm Who You With Kirk, dog. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Hopefully everybody had a great day today. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. You can live chat with us in the chat room. We're going to hit on a couple of stories today, and hopefully y'all enjoy it. If it's your first time, definitely come in and be a part of the chat. Tonight we're going to talk about Joe Bennett. That's the brother that was up in Jeffersontown, Kentucky, that was assaulted by the police for videotaping. We also going to talk about Aidan Ellison, the 19-year-old that was shot up in Oregon for having loud music. And also that last one. Yeah, Daniel Stueck, and that's going to be interested on that. So you may want to stick around for that. Welcome to the show, T-Cal, faithful listener here all the time. Thank you for always tuning in, your support for the show. If you are on a platform that you can actually give hearts, likes, share, tell your friend. We are live. We are live on Instagram. We have Miss T Beauty Supply have joined the room also. So welcome to the show. Hopefully this not your last time, and let's get it started. So Joe Bennett, her brother, which we've said several times on the show, if you see the police pull someone over, take the time out and from a safe distance, not getting involved with what the police is doing, their investigation. Well, he was driving down the street, noticed a police car pulled over I want to say another brother in Jeffersontown, Kentucky, pulled the brother over, and there was a lot of officers there. So he was across the street, and he was just videotaping. Wasn't in a way, didn't say anything to them. They waved at him, he waved back. And as he waved back, they decided to, once they got finished with their traffic stop, they decided to come over to see what was going on. Well, he come over, and the cop told him he couldn't videotape them. And as soon as he said his rights, they went to snatch the phone from him, assaulted this brother, and now the police is investigating everything, which that's why we say all cops are not bad, but what problem was it for him to videotape you from a safe distance? That's a problem within itself, and that's the problem that we have with a lot of police officers. Not all of them, because all of them are not bad. some of them encourage you to record, but from a safe distance. So these cops, whatever for whatever reason, they did not want him to record at all. So, um, and because of that, they did assault him. Now they're being investigated, and hopefully they are disciplined, if not terminated, because we cannot have uh, policemen on the force abusing their power like that. So that's what we have to pay attention to, because we have so many officers that actually uh, abuse their power. Just because you have a badge does not mean that you are the judge and the jury, and especially when it come down to a black person. um, but they do it all the time, so it's um, not the first time it been done, and it won't be the last time, because quite sure, pretty sure we're gonna hear something else pretty soon about that, about someone else doing uh, somebody else doing something else to a black or brown person. So so definitely we'll keep an eye on this one. And yeah, here it is again. A a young African American uh, guy was killed up in Oregon, Aidan Ellis, which is crazy. Now he was at a hotel. Um, at a hotel. It was early in the morning. I think it was like 4:30 in the morning or something. But he was playing his music loud. But that don't give nobody the rights to shoot him dead because of it. While he was playing his music, one of the hotel guests came out. Um, I guess they got into an argument. The hotel guest shot him one time in the chest and walked away. But he was later found who did it. Think he came back out once the police got there, and they did immediately arrest him. But one of the problems with this issue is um, at first the police try to say, kind of try to cover it up, say it was kind of self-defense, but now they have changed their tone, because I heard about the story a couple of days ago, and I forgot to talk about it Sunday. Um, but they basically try to call it kind of like a self-defense in a sense. And with that being said, he have been arrested, which he should have been. And the police chief is actually saying that was a unnecessary killing. The young man was only playing loud music, and it wasn't good. So definitely, hopefully, justice is served for Aiden family, and this guy spend the rest of his life in jail, because here it is. All because somebody pissed you off, you go and decide to shoot and kill him for no reason at all. So you are listening to Speaking with Who You With, Kurt Dog. Who You With, Kurt Dog. Um, those are a couple of stories we're talking about. And if it's something you want to talk about, you can actually live chat with us in the chat room. Um, but we have this next story is really interesting. Um, TCal said, "That's that's good. The justice is served, but sad another brother lose their life." Yes, it is. It's very sad, because um, a lot of people don't consider us as human beings. They consider dogs more important than us, which is crazy. Um, and that's the society that we live in today. Um, a lot of people just don't. have a value for Black lives, and they want to know why we protest, why we say Black Lives Matter. These are the reason why. Until you realize that we are human beings and our lives matter just like everybody else, we're going to continue to protest. John Edmond, welcome to the show. Watching on Facebook, welcome to the show. First time seeing your name up. Like, share, tell a friend, and but it's definitely um, something that we have to continue to do. That's why it's so important to get out and vote, because with voting, we can get those laws changed, especially when you vote locally. If you vote locally, we can make a difference. Um, then also with speaking of voting, Atlanta, y'all have a runoff coming up. Hopefully, y'all get out and vote just like you did for the presidential election, because the Senate seat is very important. It can determine who rules the House. So you definitely need to show up just like you did for the presidential election, and show up and show out and let your voice be heard. Let these people know we're not going to just take anything they say and anything they do. Our votes matter, our voice matter, and they have to treat us just like they treat everybody else. So definitely get out and vote, and let your voice be heard. Um, so, man, and this next story, I'm actually gonna play the video clip, the soundbite. Um, didn't get a chance to add it onto the stream tonight, but this next incident, it actually some things you just cannot make up. Um, this happened in Lincoln, Nebraska. Happened on the 23rd, I believe. Um, it's some crazy folks out here. So we need to be ready, stay ready. And like I say all the time, if you don't have your LTC, you definitely need to get it. Because if it wasn't from this particular incident, no telling what would have happened. So, but I'm gonna play the sound bite for you, courtesy of 1011 News, up in Lincoln, Nebraska. So um, it's interesting. So hold on, let me gotta cut it up for y'all can hear it good.
On Saturday afternoon, 25-year-old Norma Nimox was being dropped off by her sister. That's when she first noticed a man standing in this window on the second floor.
I'm going up the steps in my apartment, and then I see this dude with a chainsaw. I'm like, who the hell he think he is, Leatherface? And he looks at me and he says, "What's up?" I'm like, what? So he comes out of his apartment and he's standing on the landing, and then he says, "Get off my property." And I'm midway in the staircase, and he starts revving up his chainsaw.
Nimox says she made it about halfway up these back stairs when the man began chasing her.
Oh, hell no, not today. Remember, I was wearing my Time Onyx belly band holster. I took out my gun. As soon as he started charging down them steps at me with that chainsaw, I shot his ass. His mind was gone. He didn't realize that he had been shot. So he's chasing me around the parking lot. And as we're going around the parking lot, I'm trying to get a clear shot at him. And then I think by that time he realized that he was hit. So he took off running.
That man, 41-year-old Daniel Stueck, left the complex after the incident. The woman says he got back when police were there, and that's when they arrested him. In an interview with LPD, Stueck claimed that Black people had been stealing from him and that, quote, she was guilty because she was Black.
My neighbors knew he was crazy as batshit too, because they said that all day in his apartment he'd been revving up that chainsaw talking about people stealing from him.
Nimox says she's contacted her landlords, but they haven't said if he will be allowed to return. She says it's no longer just a safety issue for her and her 5-year-old son, but for the whole complex.
I guess when he saw me, he figured I was a soft target. Oh, no, 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 not today. I pulled my gun and put that hot lead up in him and put some on his mind that day. He ain't gonna be trying to live out his Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre fantasies over here.
Stueck remains cited and lodged in the Lancaster County Jail tonight with terroristic threats as a hate crime, which is a felony.
They better keep his ass in jail because he come back out here and it's gonna be a horror movie nightmare for his ass. He don't want to come back around here playing with me.
Woo! She said a mouthful. Uh, yeah, and that happened a couple of days ago in Lincoln, Nebraska. Basically, one of her white neighbors that was really sick, mentally sick. I would assume mentally sick, to have a damn chainsaw up in the window and kind of like maybe he watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something. I don't know, but the guy had a chainsaw, and as she started to go up the stairs, he come out and asked her what. I would assume he said either B or the N word, either one, asked to get off his property. Now they in a apartment complex, and she like what? And then he started riving up the chainsaw and start coming toward her. Now, like she said, he thought he had an innocent victim. And when he started rushing toward her, she pulled a piece and shot him. And he continued to chase her around the complex. And she was saying that she tried to get a clear shot and couldn't get another clear shot. So you got to be ready because there's some crazy folks out here. T-Cal said, I know this is a serious situation, but I damn near died when I heard this audio. Yeah, it's crazy. People are crazy. They don't give a damn. People are upset because Trump laws. Just deal with it. End of the day, we're all here. We all American. We're all here. Uh, welcome to the show, Chain. Boy, I'm finna call you Chainsaw. Radio Chaos. Welcome to the show. Yeah, and that was only the audio clip of it. So just imagine if you seen the video. Now she did another interview, which was a little bit cleaner, but that's crazy. That's crazy. She's trying to go home, and one of her neighbors come out with a chainsaw. Yeah, I that's a new one in 2020. Boy, this coronavirus got folks crazy, got their mind messed up. Um, then with Trump losing, which was a good thing for most of us, um, people are losing their damn mind. So, but that's crazy. You want to chase this young lady with a chainsaw. Now, just imagine if she didn't have a weapon on her. That would have been a completely different story. So I'm glad she did take the opportunity and got her LTC. Um, you need to protect yourself. Do it the right way. Get your license. Make sure you are legal to carry them. Because this is crazy. I think he get the I almost want to say the craziest person award of the year so far, because a chainsaw, he lucky. He lucky because if it was the right person, he wouldn't have got up. She was trying to stop him and he kept coming. And she only fired one shot from what it's saying in the interview. Sound like she fired one shot and he kept coming, even though she hit him. So he must been on some type of drugs or something, but said he had been doing it all day. Neighbors talking about they've been hearing it all day, and the man have lost his mind. You in an apartment complex. Why the hell you got a chainsaw? Did you cut down trees for a living? I'm just curious. You have a chainsaw in an apartment complex? I'm I'm very confused on that. So it's protect yourself at all time because that's a new one to me. People do some crazy stuff, and that's about the craziest I've heard so far. This year, I know a lot of crazy things have happened, but off the top of my head, that got to be in the top five. Have to be um, to go after somebody with a chainsaw. Now, see, when she hit him, he lucky he didn't fall on it. Because that, yeah, that's crazy as hell. Just to be honest with you, it's stupid. You have some serious mental issue to chase someone with a chainsaw. So oh excuse me. Let me know how you feel about these stories we covered so far. Excuse me. Um so that's very interesting on that one. So a chainsaw out of excuse me, out of all things. Exactly. Um this year is definitely not over yet, but it's we still have what's today, the first 30 more days. No telling what might happen. Yeah. Sorry about that. Seemed like when I dropped the water the first time, it went down the wrong way. So yeah, that's very interested on that story. To have a chainsaw and chase somebody. I'm just saying if he had the right person, it would have been a man. The headline would have read, "Man was killed after chasing a person with a chainsaw." They try to stop him and miss. They put him to sleep permanent. So you must have a death wish in order to um, do something like that. Um, so I seen where it's came out today. New York on the cover. Uh, Damn, I guess I'm just all over the place. New York on the cover. That used to be a damn good show back in the days. But the New York Times had reported that the Justice Department did not uncover any election fraud, and that came from Barr himself. So for all you non-believers that um, think Trump had the election stolen from him, they didn't find no fraud. So now it's just a done deal. At this point, he should have all the stuff packed by now for he could get out. I'm just saying he should be on his way out the door, but they need to keep a close eye on him though. Make sure he don't run to one of these foreign country because he need to answer to some charges. Um, um, so Trump is basically it's a done deal. I I said all along he was gonna lose, and I'm glad he lost. For the simple fact that he wasn't a good leader. He's still not, even though he's in that position, but he's not a good leader at all. Um, Anybody who praise somebody saying white power, that's That's within itself. Uh, wow. He's trying to pay off that $1 billion debt. That's what he's trying to do. Said Trump has raised 170 million in donations since the election. Why are you still getting donation? Maybe that's for his legal fees. Um, yeah, that might be for his legal fees because he's definitely gonna uh, go to trial. Welcome to the show, Sheldon Ellis, watching on Facebook. You can live chat with us in the chat room. Um, Tonight we talked about Aidan Ellis, um, Joe Bennett, the brother in Jeffersontown, Kentucky, that was assaulted by the police for recording them from a distance. They pulled this car over in McDonald's parking lot, and the brother was across the street. And after they got finished with they stop, they came up, tell him not to record them, and he said it's my right to, and they proceeded to assault him. So the police officer is under investigation. Then we talked about Aidan Ellis, the 19-year-old that was killed in Oregon at a motel for having loud music. Um, and Daniel Sook, the um, the New Oregon chainsaw massacre, well, it tried to be a massacre, was arrested after he was shot by a sister that he chased a young lady with the chainsaw, and as he chased her, she pulled the weapon out and shot him. He continued to chase her, then he realized he was shot, so he was later arrested. um I'm not surprised. 20,000 per day. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Um, that can feed a lot of families that is starving right now and that's gonna go to bed tonight hungry. $20,000. That's a waste of money. And most likely it's coming out of that campaign fund that Trump probably said, "Oh, I'm gonna pay you this amount," but um, we're gonna end up splitting it up once I get out of office or whatever. Um, Now I wonder. I'm gonna have to check on that, but because he's on call, um, every day, is that his salary? Um, is that his retainer fee? I would assume it is, but I don't know for sure. It seemed like they're gonna pay him about a year, so that's what about 7 point. I think it's something like 7.3 million or something a year. Yeah, that's that's a nice job to have, and especially when you representing somebody who you know is a fool. So uh, yeah, that's crazy. And um, oh man, it's so much going on. COVID is still getting bad. We're also LA, heard LA have actually started doing a carefree now. They're starting to shut stuff down in LA. I want to say they on a think it's a 3 week lockdown right now. So um, it's gonna end up um, going out everywhere. Regardless, I think we're at day 7 or 8 um, from the I think we have to get to 15 days or something like that, and then they're gonna start shutting things down here in Texas. Now, take it the Thanksgiving results, the test from the Thanksgiving travel haven't started coming in yet, so they anticipating later this week or next week for the numbers from that to come in. And um, okay, just for the voter fraud suits. Yeah, but if he's his attorney, I guess they gotta. Okay, if he's the attorney, it seems like they have to make sure he's available 24 hours. I don't know. I don't know. I guess I could try to pull it up and see. Um, yeah, but yeah, LA County, they reported today, 2 hours ago, 7,593 new cases for one day. So it's not looking good. TCal said, I don't think Rowley is going to do that. Um, I would assume she's talking about our governor to shut Texas down. Um, I know he follow everything Trump do, but at this point, Trump is no longer in office. So um, they definitely have to do something. Um, uh, oh wow! So a lot of these elected officials, they kind of LA County Supervisor Sheila Cool dined at Santa Monica restaurant after approving dining ban. Now she approved for the ban. Then she turned around and dined at the restaurants after she approved the bans. That's kind of like what city was it? I actually had forgot about that. I was going to talk about it last week, where a I want to say the city mayor in Michigan, I believe, he actually um, told people not to travel for Thanksgiving. Then 2 hours later, he was on the flight to go be with his family for their tradition of Thanksgiving, and which is jacked up. You telling everybody else not to travel, but then you doing exactly what you telling him not to do. Him, his wife, and his child, they left together to go travel. Well, yeah, that's basically what they did. They set rules and um they set rules and they don't want to follow them. That's just like Ted Cruz. You know, he didn't want to do the don't want to wear a mask in public, which that's not a shocker. Mayor Hancock. Um, uh, oh, I said Michigan, but it's actually Denver Mayor. Um, Denver Mayor Michael Hancock. He actually after warning to avoid travel, Denver Mayor Hancock flies to visit family for Thanksgiving. I think they said within a couple of hours later, he was on a flight. And but you told everybody else not to travel, but it's okay. I guess it was safe for you to travel. You was encouraging them not to travel for you and your family wouldn't have to be around that many people. I don't know, but once again, you telling people not to travel, but you travel. He said it's a tradition for them. Now he did apologize, but it's too late now. You can't apologize after you know what you did from the beginning. You gotta stand up and say, you know what, we're not gonna make it this year. That's all to it. I spoke with my mother-in-law a couple of days ago, and we don't know if we're going to visit them for Christmas. um, because we don't know what COVID gonna do. So we may not visit them for Christmas. And that's That's fine. I love my in-laws. Um, and it's unfortunately due to COVID, they are at a high risk class. They are much older. So why would we travel and put them in danger or put ourselves in danger actually? Because when we have to stop for gas and stuff like that, we don't know where people been. And half of them not gonna wear a mask no way. Um, yes, they do. Um, yes, they do. They do live in Texas. They live in a southern part, so it's yeah, they live in Texas, but it's still I think it take us about 3.5, almost 4 hours to get there. So, and it's a nice drive, but still, they are much older, and we don't want to put them at risk because I would hate to put anybody at risk um, traveling to go see them for a holiday and then turn around after I leave, they get COVID or I get COVID, and that's just not good for no one. So it's we're discussing it, but right now, mother-in-law said nope. If I gave y'all an answer today, nope. We won't see y'all for Christmas. We'll do a Zoom like we did for Thanksgiving. No, you can't. You cannot. You have to be very careful. It's definitely need to wash your hands and making sure you taking all the precaution. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. That's the best way of saving anybody is by wearing your mask. Because if you don't wear it, you have a better chance of getting it. If you wear it and another person wear it, the chances of you getting is down. It's not guaranteed because they don't know a lot about it. But if you got something covering your face to prevent it from uh, getting into your nose or your eyes or mouth, you could do it because it can prevent it. And I thank God we been blessed because we um, haven't got it, which we don't go hanging out too much either. Um, go to the well, I go to the grocery store, but um, we don't eat out much because there's a lot of places that don't wear gloves. So I'm very cautious about that. So I actually cook more. Um, just think there are people who had Thanksgiving dinner with their families and are going to be dead in a couple of weeks. Yeah, you're right. Um, and I know of friends that um, have family members or people close to them that have actually got COVID and was protecting themselves. They wasn't going out, hanging out, stuff like that. That's the key to everything. They don't know enough information about this virus for the simple fact they don't know how long it lives on surface. And unfortunately, sometimes you see people um they go to the store, buy some chips or some candy or something, and the first thing they do, they use their mouth to open that package up soon as they get it. And I'm like, you doing that? You don't know who all touched that. Um, um, T-Cal says, so sad, make me think about a family I seen on the news. Sad. Yes, here in Texas, there was a family of 12 that went to a kid's birthday party. And I'm assuming that's the one you're talking about. I don't know for sure. But went to a kid's birthday party. I guess about a week or two ago. They go to the birthday party, and as soon as they got home, they started having symptoms. Well, grandma, I think it was grandma, aunt, and granddad, they didn't go. because they're in a high risk. But once the ones that did go come back home, they got COVID. So it was a family of 15 that actually got it from this small birthday gathering. So, and people get comfortable just because you are around people that you know doesn't mean that it's safe. It doesn't mean that it's safe. Um, when I was um, going out to my uncle's house to help my cousin, I kept my mask on the whole time, even though I was in the house because it was a lot of people that came by. I don't know them. I don't know where they've been. So I kept my mask on. So that's the way you have to look at it. Regardless of where you go, you need to protect yourself. Because some people still believe this is not real. They think it's a conspiracy theory. It's just to make you paranoid. But it's way too many lives that been lost. And that's enough by itself because if you have any type of um medical condition, you can actually uh end up losing your life. Um I don't want to take that chance. I don't want to take that chance to put someone that I care about, someone I love in danger. And it's crazy. Like here in Texas, I think last night I said we was at 1.25 million. We have 1.26 million now with 15,080 new cases today. That's just in Texas. Uh, 68 new deaths, which take Texas death up to 21,996. Um, and in the U.S., we had 168,000 new cases today. And people still think this is a game. uh, Another 1,265 deaths today in the U.S. So I don't understand why people think this is a game and it's everything is okay because it's not. People get comfortable. Um, I had to go somewhere today and I made a quick stop. I got out the vehicle and get inside, and everybody turn around and look at me. I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot my mask. So I went back out and got it. I'm like, let me go out here and get my mask because I'm trying to figure out when I walked in, everybody turned around and looked. I completely forgot. Normally I grab it because I carry I always carry extra mask with me, but um I just completely forgot it, got distracted, and we have to do better. Luckily, the place wasn't crowded. It was only two people in there, so and I didn't go that far, so I actually turned around and went and got it. It's not that big of a deal to wear a mask, but for some reason, some people have politicized it. Yeah, some people think it's all about politics. No, this is about saving your life. That's all it is. It's about saving your life, saving other people's lives. And the problem is, until we realize everybody need to be on one accord, we all need to do the same thing. We need to do the same thing by wearing a mask. If we do it, it will slow it down. If we don't do it, it's going to be longer. That's like now with the vaccine they sending out. I heard, I guess, about an hour before I came on that they're only going to give it to nursing home and healthcare workers, first line workers. That's who's going to actually get it first. And they're saying it may be June before the public get it. So you're talking about 7 months away before we get it. Not saying I'm in a rush to take it, but 7 months away, half of us could be gone, if not all of us, if we don't get it under control. So it's important that we do work together, do whatever is required for us to get it under control. Now, there's another thing. If you going out hanging out all the time, well, guess what? It's recommended that you actually should quarantine for 7 days. If you've been in places that's very crowded, you don't need to be going all around because it may take 7 days before you start getting symptoms. And if you still continue doing your same thing, how many people can you affect? 7 days. And you should get a test. They recommend that you get a test after the 7 days to verify if you have, verify if you have it or not. So you definitely need to protect yourself at all time. Just like a boxing match, you need to protect yourself. So definitely pay attention. What for the new listeners, because see a lot of people still on here. Um, you are listening to Speak on it with Who You With Kurt Dog. You can always chat live with us in the chat room, regardless of which platform you on. If it's something you want to talk about that we haven't talked about tonight, you can actually put it in the chat room, and we can definitely hit on it. Don't be afraid. We don't bite. Everybody is welcome here, as long as you are respectful. Um, long as you are respectful, you are welcome, and everybody have a voice. That's what this platform was built for, to give you the opportunity to express yourself, but you must be respectful. And long as I've been doing this, last night was when we had to block one of our longtime listeners. He was a Trump supporter, which that's okay, but he crossed the line. He been warned several times about being disrespectful, and he went way over the line last night. So he's probably on. He probably have set up another string name, and he's probably listening. One of these that's sitting back in the cut listening, but he's not gonna say nothing because he know we'll recognize him real quick. But uh, but it's all good. We're open for everything. Um, I I I don't know what it was, but you on YouTube, so you was on YouTube, and I don't know if you seen um I don't know if you actually seen some of the comments he said, which you probably didn't because certain words you use, I have to approve if it's going to be shown or not. Um, and he said some stuff last night that was out of line. Welcome to the show, Wesley GLL. Um, Tonight we did talk about Joe Bennett. That's the black guy that was assaulted by Jeffersontown, Kentucky Police Department for videotaping them on a traffic stop. Welcome to the show, Don Jamal, who is listening on Instagram. We also talked about Aidan Ellis, the 19-year-old young black man that was shot and killed uh, over loud music at a hotel up in Oregon. And then we talked about Daniel Suk, who thought he had a weak victim and chased the young lady with a chainsaw. And she was licensed to carry. And she shot him. She shot him. He still chased her, and then when he realized he was shot, he ran off. So yeah, it's everybody is welcome. No matter what your views are, you can chat live with us in the chat room. You can also, if it's something you want us to talk about, we more than welcome to talk about it. We only talk about truthful things on here. Um we don't do um conspiracy theory. We talk about facts. And if it cannot be verified, we won't discuss it. So other than that, since you're on YouTube, definitely like, share, tell a friend, click the notification, subscribe to the channel, and you can get the notification every time we come live. We're live every Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time. And on Thursday, we have Miss Risky up in the house. And she always brings some good knowledge, some good history. So definitely come back. The other time, what's the night? Tuesday. Oh, tomorrow night, man, this week is going quick. Tomorrow night is going to be Ask Kurt Dog Anything. Um, so that normally be pretty interesting. You can ask me anything tomorrow night, and I will answer it. Um, so definitely check it out tomorrow. We here to give people a platform where they can express themselves as long as you're respectful and you are speaking truth. We could definitely do that. Um, so he said, thanks for welcome. Uh, Radio said, I saw all his comments. I don't blame you for drawing the line. That's one thing I would not deal with when it come down to disrespectful people, and he went way across the line. Uh, so and that's all to it. Uh, who's coming? Oh, that was last night. That was last night. One of our longtime listeners. I guess he been following me for almost 3 months now, and he um he crossed the line last night, said some crazy things and very disrespectful, which that's something we would not tolerate on here. Um, and we actually I ended up having to block him because he went across the line and I wasn't gonna deal with that. We warned them several times. We want you to speak your mind, but you have to understand this is my show. It's not your show. We're not gonna talk about change the story to talk about conspiracy theory. We won't do that. So because of that, he got upset and said some foul things, and um, so I said, okay, you said some foul things. Well, we'll make sure you don't have to come back. And he was a strong Trump supporter. He was. Some days he come in, he smoother than fine wine. Be nice, have a great dialogue. Some days he come in, I don't know. Uh, think he, I don't know. I don't want to say he may been on something, but I don't know. Um, but it been kind of interesting. But we don't have to worry about that anymore because what he did last night, that was the end of it. Yeah, I could let him do it, but when you start being disrespectful like that, that's crazy. Um, yeah, it have. He got one reason why he got upset at me because he sent me a email wanting me to watch this video, and I I had so much going on the last since he sent it, and he expected me to stop everything I have going on just to watch this video that he said that somebody who is a conspiracy theory, but is also was a big Trump supporter, that was trying to prove a point. And I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my time like that. When he first came on, he asked me about watching the video. I watched about a minute and 22 seconds of it. I said I can't do it. Uh, so I would not watch anymore. But hey, if that's what you into, that's cool. We're all about facts here. And anything I discuss on the show, you can always verify it. Even radio, sometimes radio be like, "Hey, where you get that information from?" And I tell them right then and there, because if um if he asks me right after I talk about it, most likely I still have it up on the stream, and I could just tell him exactly where I came from, or I would tell him from the beginning the source, where the source of it came from. Like for instance, the audio that I played earlier about the young lady, the news article from 1011 News out of Nebraska, um, Lincoln, Nebraska. When I first seen the video this morning, I'm like, no, this is this for real? I thought it was a TikTok video or something. I said, no, that's too long for TikTok. And as I look more into it, I'm like, yeah. I started seeing other um, news outlet carried it, and I'm like, yeah, this is real. So before a guy to just try to chase his neighbor down with a chainsaw, I'm like, this is crazy. Um, so I'm glad the young lady is okay. I'm glad she was packing and she did stop him. She didn't kill him, which is good. Uh, because you're only gonna supposed to shoot to stop, to stop the threat, and not to shoot to kill. So he was lucky. He was lucky because anybody else could have took him out. He didn't have to worry about going to jail, and he actually been charged with a hate crime. Um, and he made the comment about all black people should go to jail because they all steal or something like that, and they've been stealing from him, so he's mad because she was black, and so it's a hate crime, which it should be. It should be, and he need to be held accountable for it to the full extent of the law, because in 2020 we're still having to deal with this, and it's nothing new. Hate always been out there, but Trump gave them the courage um to be open with it, and that's the problem. Uh no, I don't think that would work out too good, having a change. Well, he might. If they have him working out in the field, gotta go trim no trees down. He might have a chainsaw. They might say, "Hey, I hear you good with a chainsaw." So they might give him a job with that. Yeah, go on out there in the field. Um, um, Matter of fact, when I was looking at uh, yeah, it, the Orange Man did encourage them. Um, uh, so uh, it was a prison. When I was looking at this story in Lincoln, Nebraska, it was a prisoner that escaped for a couple of hours, but they end up catching him. So I don't know. He might have been on that chainsaw massacre too, and was able to use the chainsaw to get out. So, but definitely, um, for all the new listeners, definitely like, share, um, and click the notification. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. If you on Facebook, like the page. Instagram, definitely um follow me. I'll follow you back. And now I'm gonna let you know. if I follow you back and you send me a message telling me hello and have I heard the good news, I'm gonna block you. Uh, so I don't have time for that, and um, so definitely, um, it's we just here to have a good time. Wonder how Trump would make out in prison. Yeah, uh, he might be invisible. That orange suit and that orange hair, he got to coordinate. So it's hard to say how he might make out that orange rug, but he probably go in there and get him a tattoo, get buffed up, and uh, be smoking those Benson and Hedges 100. Do they still make those? I don't know. That was a popular cigarette when I was growing up. I don't know if they still make Benson and Hedges or not, but I know those were some strong cigarette. You didn't have to be smoking, and they made you cough even if you're not smoking. Yeah, no matter. Hey, they might make their own version of the Big Mac. So I don't know. We have some creative people in prison. Um, so and that's why we need to do a prison reform because a lot of them come out and they don't have a plan for what they can and can't do when they get out. So we definitely need to do a prison reform to set up something where they can get back in society once they leave prison. So that's going to be something we're going to be working on for the first of the year, where we can have a show about prison reform, and we have a lot of great stuff coming up. Uh, Nah, I'm not gonna tell y'all yet, but we have some good stuff. Miss Risky and I have been talking about some things and trying to get some stuff together. So it's gonna be very interesting in 2021. If you are new to the show, definitely go to Facebook or Instagram. Um, uh, yeah, he would. Um, go to Instagram or Facebook, and we have some merchandise. You could definitely go on there, and right now you can get 20% off. It should automatically come off, but if it don't, you could use Kurt Dog, CURTDOG, and get you 20% off. Marcellus, what's going on, man? Where you been? Uh, say what? Hold on. See, I haven't heard that one. Uh, you talking about Giuliano asking for a pardon? Eh, Uh, I wouldn't be surprised. Uh, because they have lied so much. I would not be surprised at all. Um, yeah. Uh, um, yep. Came out 3 hours ago. Sure did. Um, sure did. Man. And not only him, but his associates too are asking for a pardon. Um, that's crazy. I can't believe you have for-profit prison in U.S. All of them are. That's why it's a big business. Prison is a big business in the U.S. All of them are. It's for profit. They're independent owned. So Marcella said he been working. How was your Thanksgiving? We haven't. I don't. Well, you haven't been. Were you on Sunday night? I don't know. I slept since Sunday. I don't know if you was on or not. Oh, T Cal says she got up merchandise. Cool. You put something up under the tree for your husband. That'd be great. Um, yeah, but it's um, it's interesting. I- Anybody around him asking for pardon, but they can't get a pardon uh, if they haven't been charged for nothing. You can't get a pre-pardon. I don't think you can. I know Trump asked about it for him and his family. Uh, he wasn't on last night. I didn't see him last night because I know he probably would have had some harsh words for his BFF. Um, just to let you know, Marcellus, your BFF been blocked. Um, oh, he did. Okay, so he wasn't on when the fireworks started. So, yeah, your BFF been blocked last night, so we don't have to worry about him no more. But uh, yeah, anybody who is associated with Trump is asking for pardons. Could you get pardoned if you haven't been charged with anything? See, that tells you right there that it's some it's some crazy stuff going on. Trump have done some stuff that that's gonna come out eventually, and when it do, it's not gonna be good. A lot of people gonna be acting surprised, but I wouldn't do it. Um, I wouldn't be surprised. Uh, so no, no, he can't. Because I pulled it up. I think it was last week or the week before. With Trump, he asked if he could pardon himself and his family. But the only way Trump can get a pardon right now, he can he will have to step down, and Mike Pence would have to give him a pardon. Now, for the state charges in New York, he can't do nothing about that. He can't do a thing, and I guess Trump is still asking if he can. Uh, oh wow, uh, he's asking if his family can get a pardon also, which I mentioned that either last week or the week before. But I just seen this. Mm. Tiger King attorney believe they're close to getting pardoned from Trump. Tiger King. Yeah. Wonder how that's gonna work out. Cause what's what's the lady name that husband mysteriously uh disappeared? Oh yeah. Yeah. They've always said he was real terrible. But at this point, by the time Trump stepped down and they swear him in, it'll be time for him to leave office anyway. But I guess it would be good for his resume. I was the president for a whole 2 day, 2 hours. Um, yeah, I heard he was bad. He's worse than Trump, so that's um, that's interesting. But Tiger King attorney believe they're gonna get a pardon from Trump. Mm, okay. If he passing out pardons like that, he might even roll on over in Texas. Because I wouldn't be surprised if uh that gangster Ken Patson don't ask for a pardon too. Because he have federal charges up against him for bribery and use abusing his power. Then before then, he was charged 5 years ago for wire fraud, uh, where he represented this company, but he wasn't letting people know he was getting money off of it. And they brought him up on charges with that. Now his whole team have either been fired or quit because they signed the letter together and sent it to the FBI and asked them to investigate and became whistleblowers. And so it's nothing would surprise me about Trump or anybody who support Trump. Nothing at all. It would not surprise me at all. Oh Lord. Uh Sean Hannity talking about Trump should pardon himself and his whole family to save himself from a witch hunt. Hmm. Okay, that's cool. Hey, Barno, hey, he already know. He know Trump is in trouble. He went along with it, and I could just imagine what's gonna happen once he no longer representing Trump. That's what they said. I think I did a story last week about what happened January 20th, uh, after Trump is no longer in office, come 12 noon, and what charges he's facing. And it's a lot of charges because New York coming after him about their school that rob folks. So it's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be something that's gonna be like the Energizer Bunny. It's gonna keep going, going, going. And nothing would surprise me when it comes down to Trump, nor if it comes down to anybody who ran with Trump. Because Trump, I wouldn't be surprised at the last minute before he get out of office, he don't do something crazy. It wouldn't surprise me at all because that's Trump. I'm just saying, when you have a clown in a position, you got to expect for a clown to do something crazy. And that's where we are with Trump. He's that clown. Um, but yeah, yeah, everybody trying to um get pardoned around him, and uh, then Wisconsin and Arizona did certify that Biden won, along with other places. I'd seen something. I didn't get a chance to read the story, but I heard that Trump contacted Georgia, told him don't worry about it. It won't matter. Guess he finally said, "Hey, it's over." But he have some bigger fish to fry. For the simple fact, he trying not to go see Big Bubba, and they probably waiting on him. Even though he probably go to a federal prison, be in protected custody, but knowing him, he'll try to go play golf or something. Send me one to the that has a golf course. Um, Now they're also talking about a new stimulus package they trying to put out, or a spending package they trying to do, get it approved before December the 11th. Welcome to the show, Eric J. Smith, listening on Instagram. You can live chat with us in the chat room. Um, with the stimulus package they trying to come up with on before December the 11th, um, it's it been too long. A lot of people have lost their homes, have lost a lot of things. A lot of people still unable to pay their rent today or to pay their mortgage today, and it been too long. If they don't get it approved by December the 11th, it may be a whole March before one is finally approved. So it's crazy. Um, Radio said Trump will have a hard time next year. He won't get the same media coverage as he did when he was president. That's a big deal to his ego. Yes, it is, and he's probably gonna wear the hell out of Twitter though. Um, I think I'm sure whoever have that job to flag his tweets, they probably like, here this fool go again. 4:30 in the morning, he up here on the toilet tweeting. So it's definitely gonna be interested on that part of it. So knowing him, he'll do a reality show. He'll do something to get in front of the cameras. Um, because that's Trump. That's what he want to do. He lived by that. If he cannot be in front of the cameras, he gonna go crazy. So it's that's what Trump do. You are listening to Speak On It with Who You With Kurt Dog. You can live chat with us in the chat room, regardless of what platform you're on. You can also like, share, give us hearts if hearts available, but definitely like the platform that you're on. Um, and subscribe on YouTube and click the notification. Tell a friend. Tell a friend we are live. And you could definitely be a part of the action of the conversation while we are live. Um, so definitely do that. Um, don't forget about if you're on Instagram or Facebook, you can actually go on there, click the link in the bio or on the page, and get get you some merchandise. It's 20% off. The price should automatically go off as soon as you go to the store. And if it don't, use the code CurtDog, CurtDog. Um, that's CurtDog. Use the code, get you 20% off. Now, um, we're gonna continue to put up different merchandise. And as we do that, or if you have ideas as one, definitely let us know. Um, Matter of fact, the other day, radio gave me an idea, and I did do one. Like you said, radio. Uh, no, that'd be a waste of money to send it out there. Cause he probably like, he don't want to be talking about me all the time. Then he be trying to show up at my house unexpectedly, even though you know where I live at. Uh, Welcome to the show, the Leonard Realtor Group on Instagram. You can also live chat with us during the show. Um, yeah, I wouldn't waste my time to send Trump nothing. He need to pay for it, and tell him put that money he saved on the tax dollars. He need to pay for it, and have him do that. Support a small business. Yeah, yeah, that would be good. But definitely, I did kind of use your idea the other day, radio. Um, and so far, it haven't done much, but the shirt idea, but definitely, oh, why is this? I'm not trying to do that. So definitely, we have some more designs that we're working on for the merchandise. You could get coffee mugs, you could get sweatshirts, you can even get the babies little Kurt Dog shirts, and also the doggies too, because Kurt Dog love the doggies. Um, you could definitely um, get merchandise for them and get something for yourself. I want to say you have until uh, maybe this Friday to get it before Christmas at the standard shipping. But if not, you may have to do a rush to get it there by Christmas. But definitely take advantage of the 20% off. It's the entire site, 20% off. And you could use the code Kurt Dog. So definitely, that might be interesting. Uh, like old girl said, he thought he had an easy one, but she put something hot on that ass, and he didn't too much like that. Um, so I could just imagine the conversation going on in jail. Man, what happened to you? "Oh, I had a chainsaw. I chased this woman and she shot me. Yeah, she shot him. Should have shot him in the ass. But that's why I say people you need to be ready. Angelique Efforts, a small business. Welcome to the show on Instagram. You can live chat with us. If you are in the DFW Metroplex and need to get your LTC license, send me a message. I know people that can actually help you get you trained properly for it. And definitely send me a message and I would uh, give you that information where you can actually get trained because there's a lot of crazy people out here, dude chasing the sister with the chainsaw. Then expect for her to have her LTC. As she says, she put something hot on that ass, which is good. She should have. So definitely continue to follow the show Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Time. And uh, if it's a subject you want us to speak on, definitely feel free to send me a message and we will put it together. Um, One thing about the show, we only going to do um, real news. We're not going to do conspiracy theory because when we do conspiracy, we putting out fake news and we're not about that. Um, and it's not going to be the fake news as Trump was the real news that Trump called real. Like he didn't lose the election. Bullshit. He lost. So hopefully he do what's right and leave the office come January the 20th. So, but other than that, it been a great night tonight. We will be back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time. Tomorrow night is Ask Kurt Dog Anything. Anything you can ask and you will get an answer. So last week was actually pretty good. It was time went by pretty quick. So tomorrow night, ask Kurt Dog anything, no matter what it is, you will get an answer. So, and I'm very open. I'm open and honest. One thing I don't do is lie. So, until tomorrow night, I love each and every one of you. Until then, peace.